Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. Now, this here is an image of what many people will be enduring in the times to come. A lot of people are going to be devoured by wild beasts in the city and in the field. This is one of the weapons of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because he is the father of spirits. He controls the spirits of every living creature. Okay, and the animals have an appointed time to be unleashed, okay, on the people of this earth. All right, so this here is obviously clearly is photoshopped, but nevertheless, it's a depiction of what's getting ready to happen. I just recently saw a video of a woman walking her dogs in Montreal and seeing a lion in someone's backyard. I don't know if that person has a license for that. Maybe he's super rich. I don't know what it was, but the fence wasn't even that big. It was like a regular fence. I don't know if it was photoshopped or whatnot. It definitely looked very real. I'll say that. Okay, and these type of things will be happening because the elites want ultimate chaos in this earth. So it's not far-fetched for them to just open up the gates to let, the animals out of the zoo. That's not far-fetched. Look at all the madness that's been happening around the earth. So this is Jeremiah 15 and verse 3. It says, matter of fact, I'll start at verse 1. It says, Then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Why? Because Israel is wicked and rebellious. Cast them out of my sight, and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, Whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, Thus saith the Lord, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. All these things are going to come upon men, on a very high rate in the times to come, because they're trying to establish their NWO, and part of that is famine, death, the sword, which would be the gun or whatever weaponry he's using at the time. Okay, the captivity, those concentration camps. You see, a lot of people are going to be put into those concentration camps. Verse 3, it says, And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, the dogs to tear. So them dogs, and people not going to have the heart to kill their dogs, so they're just going to let them go when they can't afford to take care of them. Pit bulls, Rottweilers, all that are going to be out in the streets. And the fowls of the heaven, right? And the birds are going to attack too. Okay? And the beast of the earth to devour and destroy. Okay, so these wild beasts are getting ready to come into these cities near you and to devour and destroy. Right? So you might just be walking down the street at night. You think, oh, there's no people around. That's good. You'll see these glowing eyes in the bushes. It's that, oh, must be a raccoon. And then what pops out is a pack of wild wolves, or a mountain lion, or a tiger, or a bear. These are the things that are getting ready to come for the purpose of judgment. And the Lord always used these different weaponries throughout different kingdoms to judge Jake and to judge other people. So these things are coming back, man. Don't think because you're in the city and there's some type of order that you're exempt. Trust me, the metropolitan is going to be the worst place to be. This is Jeremiah 7 in verse 33. It says, And the carcasses of this people shall be meat for the fowls of the heaven, and for the beast of the earth, and none shall fray them away. What does the word fray mean? Let's look this up. The Hebrew word is charad, all right, which says afraid, tremble, fray away, careful, discomfited, fray, quaked, to tremble, quake, move about, be afraid, right? Meaning what? When a let's say a dog or something is attacking somebody, the people would fray him away. They would hit him, they'd start screaming, right? Whatever the case may be, to fray him away. But the scriptures are saying that there's not going to be anyone to fray them away. No one is going to be able to get them off of that person, because it's going to be the time for judgment. Okay, that's what it means. All right, so those animals are going to be able to accomplish their will. All right. Then will I cause to cease from the cities of Judah and from the streets of Jerusalem the voice of mirth. Now, Jerusalem and Judah, that's a people before it's a place. The Israelites. Mirth is about to cease from these people, man. You see, they're partying. You know, the restrictions are gone. You know, so they're partying. They're having fun. They're not thinking about the things to come. Well, mirth is about to cease, and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom, and the voice of the bride, for the land shall be desolate. Okay, it's gonna be desolate, man. It's gonna be done. All right. There's not gonna be many people left. When you read what's that, 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, it speaks about few people being left in the cities, man. Matter of fact, let's look that up. Second Ezra, the 16th chapter. Okay, this is 2nd Ezra 16, and I'll jump down to right. I'll start at verse 22. In 2nd Ezra 16 and 22, it says, "For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung," right? And guess who's going to eat those dead bodies? The birds and the wild beasts. They're going to come to eat the dead bodies. So they're going to be all around. Okay, that's going to be another thing that's going to draw these beasts to the city. "And there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth, and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men," right? So that's why you're going to see things growing out of the concrete like I Am Legend, man. Okay, "so that one man shall desire to see another, and to hear his voice. For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks." Right. And you might go say, okay, well, thank goodness there's not much people around to try to kill me and eat me or whatever, to rob me of my goods. But like I said, you might be walking in the street and you see these glowing eyes in the bushes or behind some wall, you know, in some alleyway, and that could be a lion or a tiger or whatever type of wild beast, man. A wolf, a bear. Okay, so these things are coming, man. These things are coming. Like I said, a lot of people are going to be in this predicament in that time. And this is a horrific way to go. But that's why the scriptures speak about, we preach terror of the Lord. We preach the fear of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. This is Hebrews 10 and 30. It says, I'll start at verse 28. It says, "He that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. Of how much sorer punishment, suppose ye, shall he be thought worthy who hath trodden underfoot the Son of the Most High," which is Yahweh Shai, man. And those were Israelites that did that. So guess what? They're gonna be caught, and they're gonna be caught without mercy. They're gonna be destroyed. Okay, on this side. All right. It says, and hath counted the blood of the covenant wherewith he was sanctified an unholy thing, and hath done despite unto the Spirit of grace. For we know him that hath said, Vengeance belongeth unto me, I will recompense, saith the Lord. And again, the Lord shall judge his people. Right? The Israelites, like I said, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Like I said, to be destroyed and eaten by wild beasts is very, very fearful. Very, very fearful. Okay. But hey, it says in Amos 5, it would be as if you ran from a lion and a bear met him, and then you leaned your hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. There's going to be all manner of hell on every corner. This is just one aspect of the hell and destruction that's getting ready to come. Okay, this is Job 5:23. Because for the elect, matter of fact, let's read this first. Psalms 9 and verse 16. It says, "The Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands." Okay, Higayon Salah. All right. So the Lord is known through his judgment. The judgments of the Lord are terrible, man. Right. So this is why we constantly push the fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. So before I even get what I was going to get before, let's get Wisdom of Solomon, the 11th chapter. In the I'll start at verse 15. It says, "But for the foolish devices of their wickedness, wherewith being deceived they worship serpents, void of reason, and vile beast." Right, this is dealing with Egypt. But guess what? The Lord said he's going to bring plagues upon Egypt as before. So what's going to happen to America? It's really going to be a lot worse. Okay? But these are some of the things that we'll experience. "Thou didst send a multitude of unreasonable beasts upon them for vengeance." Okay, so that's not just going to be in America. It's going to be in America. It's going to be in Canada. It's going to be in UK. Right, a brother had a testimony of how he saw some type of beast in some type of. I think it was the Elder Ramada said it. He saw some type of beast. Him and another brother, which looked like a Black Panther in the forest somewhere in the UK. You know, so, and that was a couple years ago he said that. So, hey, these things are coming, man, to a city near you. It says that they might know that wherewithal a man sinneth, by the same also shall he be punished. For thy almighty hand that made the world of matter without form wanted not means to send among them a multitude of bears or fierce lions. Like I said, I saw a video of a lion out here in Montreal, man. Okay, and I don't listen, man. This is what's getting ready to come in anyway. Whether that was real or fake doesn't matter. This is getting ready to come. Okay, or unknown wild beast full of rage, newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor or filthy scents of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes. Right, and I had a particular dream. You know that with me and there was a couple of apostles in the video in the dream. And what I saw in the city, and I was getting excited. I saw wild beasts, man. We saw wild beasts in the city. This was years ago. I had this dream years ago. Okay, and we saw wild beasts. Bears and packs of bears, packs of wolves, and I was getting excited. And it was around where I live, and I was getting excited because I was like, yeah, because that's one of the prophecies that I'm actually interested in seeing. It says, whereof not only the harm might dispatch them at once, but also the terrible sight utterly destroy them, right? Based upon the fear. Yea, and without these might they have fallen down with one blast, being persecuted of vengeance, and scattered abroad through the breath of thy power. But thou hast ordered all things in measure, and number, and weight, for thou canst shew thy great strength at all times when thou wilt, and who may withstand the power of thine arm. Okay, but what I was going to get to was Job. We're not going to have to worry about that, brothers. Listen, man, if a lion pops up, man, hey, if you have a strong enough faith, man, all right, you could pet that lion. Okay, I'm not saying to go do that. Scriptures speak about coming close to wild beasts, but I'm saying, listen, man, the Lord is going to have them animals at peace with you. So it really doesn't matter, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, there used to be a time where, you know, certain dogs would pop up. You know, a person would pop up, certain dog, oh, shoot, I'll back up. But I'm at the point now, I pet the dog, man. And I'm not a dog person because I never owned a dog. I never had a dog. Parents never had a dog. You see what I'm saying? So, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Through the faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, I've grown more confident in doing those things. And the word confident means with faith. Okay. Con meaning with, fident meaning faith, you know, and we have to be in that mindset. You know, we have to trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. He controls the spirits. That's all we need to know. Okay, this is Job 5 and verse 20. It says, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. So what are we going to do? We're going to laugh at destruction and famine. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the field. Hold on now. What did I just say? We're not supposed to be afraid of these things because these are not for us. These things are set up to destroy and devour those that do not serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai in truth and sincerity. So there's going to be some so-called Israelites that's going to get eaten by wild beasts because some of them are not serving the Lord. A lot of them are not serving the Lord in truth and sincerity. They're doing things their own way. Okay? And there was even a prophet, a righteous prophet, might I add, who got eaten by a lion in the scriptures for being disobedient. Because he was known as a man of the Lord, a man of the Most High. All right? So that was set up as an example. But the thing is that animal, I believe when you read the story, it didn't eat his carcass because he was a man of the Lord. Right? So he might have just bit him hard enough, maybe at wherever he bit him at the neck or whatever for him to die quick. But he didn't devour his carcass because he was a man of the Lord. You understand? But that was set up as an example for us to be obedient. Okay? That doesn't mean he's a wicked Jake. All right. But it means that, hey, prophets made mistakes and they had to pay for their mistakes, you know. And there's also great examples of great mercy for the men that he deals with. Okay. But you have to remain obedient. Now, Moses got punished for saying something, for something that was said out of his mouth that was out of order. Okay. He wasn't able to reach the promised land, man. Neither was Aaron, man. Okay. This is Job. Now let me continue. This is Job 5 and 23. It says, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beast of the field shall be at peace with thee. That's it, man. And another thing, even Josiah wasn't wicked. Josiah was righteous. Okay, it speaks about him in Wisdom of Solomon. He was a righteous man, but he went off. You know, he went off, and he paid for that with his life, not being spiritual at that particular time. He paid for it with his life. Okay, so we have to be cautious. But the thing is this though, his memorial, his remembrance. See, this is the thing. A good name was so important in the ancient world, man. Was so important that a man would rather die and have his name live on than to live and his name perish. Okay? Which we weren't raised like that in this society. But this is the mindset of an ancient man, especially a man with some type of scruples, a man with some type of dignity. You know? So anyways, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. These are some of the things getting ready to come. You know, the judgments. Well, this is one of the main judgments, which would be the wild beasts. Okay, the wild beast, you know, attacking and killing people and putting people to death and coming into the cities and really oppressing people. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is finna unleash it, man. It's finna be Jumanji out here. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. I'll say shalom.